2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce. We've got the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. Has to Havlicek. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Jordan. Rose outside. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Outside Russell. Pass to Havlicek. Here's Bird. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Here's Kuzi. And it's stolen by Rose. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Rodman. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Rose.
Tremendous vision D. Rose has. Always finding ways to make an impact.
To the right side. Pass to Havlicek. Here's Pierce. Over to the wing. The three is up. Boston again missing. Jordan with it. Rose right side. Can't hit from in close.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Got a hand on it. Here's Pippen. Pass to Rodman. Here's Rose. Fires for three. Here's Rodman. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
And he's just beating them to the punch on the boards right now. I mean, he's making a real big statement.
He's playing with that one extra gear so far that none of the other guys have found yet.
Boston calls timeout.
It's time to talk this over and try to put a stop to this run.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Kuzi, the pass to Pierce. Driving to the basket. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Paul Pierce keeps building on his legendary career. A champion, we know he's a clutch shooter, and more importantly, a bona fide leader.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Boston trailing. Knocks it loose. Here's Russell, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Jordan. Rose outside. It's deflected. They retain possession. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Havlicek passes to Kuzi. Oh, it misses. Had a chance to tie it. And Chicago has possession. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Rose can't connect.
Something's off about him this quarter.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything. This is who you want leading that play, a sure passer with great awareness.
Here's Rose. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup. Rose has got his second basket.
It's hard to try to stop D. Rose. When he's committed to scoring, get out of his way.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Pierce.
2 minutes.
Here's Bird. On the money from 12 feet away.
Assisted, Paul Pierce.
1:49 left to play in the first. Now Jordan. Still no points. Here's Kuzi. Got a piece of it.
What defensive awareness from Derrick Rose. Had the shot well anticipated.
Jordan misses.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Havlicek passes to Kuzi. Inside. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look. But this is why we play the game.
Here's Kuzi. Kept alive. Russell bearing his second of 3 attempts.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Rose outside. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Bird with a rebound. And it's the Celtics ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Here's Pierce. Banked it in off the glass.
Paul Pierce.
Pierce has got 6.
Bad idea leaving him open. He needs more defensive attention, not less.
Here's Jordan. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
The Celtics with the lead. Here's Bird. Pass to Kuzi. Over Rose. Ooh, he released it in time, but it's off the mark. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics out in front, up by 2. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And Chicago has possession. Here's Armstrong. Pass to Butler. Here's Sloan. Rebound Boston. And for Boston. Now here's Rondo. To the paint. Here's Cowens. Got it. Cowens has got his first 2 points.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Here's Sloan on the take. And here's Butler outside. Connects from downtown. Butler's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Rondo passes to McHale. Pass to Tatum for 3. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Chicago foul. Jerry Sloan. First personal foul. First team foul.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
For me, they made a point to attack inside early in the game, and it's paid off for them. A lot of solid looks in the paint.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Chicago trailing here. Butler with the ball. Pass to Armstrong. There's the triple. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Armstrong's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And Jimmy Butler all about team play. Great find right there.
Tatum against Butler. And here's Tatum. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. 6 to shoot. Here's Sharman. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. And Boston leads by 1.
Real smooth, guys. Great job with the tip in.
Those are the kind of plays on the offensive glass that can tell you a lot about a player. And they'll get another chance. Armstrong, no good. Here's Sharman. He shoots. Here's McHale. He can't get that one to fall. Love with the defensive effort. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Rondo passes to Tatum. And it's Chicago with a board.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Here's Armstrong. Can't hit it from 12 feet.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Pass to Rondo. Here's McHale. Now Tatum. With a 9-footer. Goes back up. Sloan pulls it in.
Great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look. But this is why we play the game.
And the basket is good. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And Boston calls time here.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, the open shot, White. Rodman with a rebound. Chicago leading. Pass to Pippen, to the wing on the left. Here's Theus. The shot misses. Good work defensively by White. Here's Havlicek, covered by Jordan. Havlicek's shot is off. Down low. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
At the line for 2, Scottie Pippen.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both. Here's Havlicek. He's scoreless. .144 left in the first half of this one.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Theus. He's guarded by White. To the left wing. Clock at 6. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Here's Theus. And again, no good by Chicago. Boston trailing. To the middle. Here's Russell. And then Russell with the dunk.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Here's Theus. He's guarded by White. Here's Theus. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
White, the pass to Havlicek. Here's Bird. Here's the 3. And he can't get that one. Here's Chicago now. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Pippen. Offensive rebound. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Fires the 3. Bird, that's good.
Larry Bird.
Bird's got 5 points. It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. Here's Theus. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Second team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Reggie Theus.
First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Bulls up 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
22. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bulls.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. And in one stretch there, they were up by 6. After a slow start, they turned up in the second quarter, going into the half with a 4-point lead. Kenny, your thoughts on how the Bulls are playing?
The bench unit was an essential part of the puzzle in the first half. They really stepped it up in a big way, and that helped out. And now the starters is not having to carry the load on their own.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Rose has got the ball. Here for Chicago. They lead by 4. They've got Derrick Rose, and it's Jordan in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Rose, left side. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
Tipped. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Basketball.
Six on the shot clock, and the basket by Pippen.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Pass to Bird. Here's Havlicek, covered by Jordan. Oh, nice shot by Havlicek. Havlicek's got 5 now.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Rose. Here's Pippen. Gilmore. Nice persistence to tip it back in. Gilmore's gotten his first points in this one.
Great anticipation on the tip in. He was ready to make that play.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Here's Russell. Rebounded by Pippen.
Tremendous defensive effort. Saving a bucket right there.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Rose with the bucket.
Sick handles from Derrick Rose. Off the dribble, he's pretty good.
Here's Havlicek, covered by Jordan. Oh, nice shot by Havlicek. Havlicek's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And the Bulls call time here. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ballgame.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
Butler's checked in for Chicago. Levine comes in for Rose. Chicago leading. Jordan finds Butler. Oh, misses the dunk.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
Pierce lays it up and banks it in. Pierce has got 8.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Jordan, the pass to Butler. Now Jordan. The Bulls with another miss.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Here's Havlicek. He's got 7. And it's Boston scoring again. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Pass to Rodman. And he dunks it down.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Right at the free throw line, another one falls for Boston.
Great execution. He got the ball in the right spot, and he delivered with the turnaround.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Jordan, and he banks in the layup.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Pass to Kuzi. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. And Boston leads by 1.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
2 minutes remaining.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
The Celtics making a switch here. Boston with the ball. Here's Havlicek. Pass to Bird. Left side, Russell. Offensive board. Misses from close range. Chicago with the ball. Here's Sloan. From deep. The offensive rebound. Gilmore, no good.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's Chicago now. And it's Butler with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 1. From the baseline. And the shot goes down. Sloan's got 6.
Despite the shot-first mentality, Levine understands he also needs to facilitate for this offense to run well.
Outside Russell. Fires the 3. Havlicek's shot is off. Here's Levine. Oh, Levine in the paint.
Levine has great footwork, and he showed it inside that time.
Pass to Kuzi. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Kuzi's got his second basket of the game. And here's Levine. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Here's Gilmore, outside Butler. Here's Gilmore. Right through the D for the layup. And Chicago leads by 3.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Here's Kuzi. Shoots over Levine. Oh, nice shot by Kuzi. He has 6. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Bulls leading by a point. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
It's time.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more. More to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. On the floor for Boston. And it's Pierce in at the 3. Right side White. Over Rose. Second chance shot. And that one's good. Parrish.
They have a never give up attitude.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Here's Pippen. Back to Rose. Pass to Gilmore. Clock is at 3. Here's Pippen. Misses the 3. The Celtics with the lead. Launches it. Pierce can't get to it. Chicago with the ball. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Puts up a 3. Knocks it down from distance. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Here's McHale. Pass to Pierce. From deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And Boston leads by 1.
And Pierce squaring up immediately after getting the pass.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Jordan's checked in for Chicago. Rondo, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Pierce. Out to the right wing. Right side, Rondo. Pass to Pierce. White with it. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Pierce can't get to it.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Count it.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Here's White, following the bucket by the Bulls. Outside, Rondo. Here's Pierce, outside, Rondo. White for three. Nails it from beyond the arc. White's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Rose outside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Derrick Rose is a guard, but he dunked that one like a big fella.
Rose against White. Oh, the teardrop falls in. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Rodman. An easy two on the layup.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Timeout called. The Celtics.
Please welcome to the court, your Chicago Bulls.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
I mean, come on. His offensive focus was just second to none in this game. He really found his rhythm early and didn't give the defense a chance at all.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the head coach for Boston had some instruction for his guys during the break. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
Great work, Allie, thanks. Here's Pierce. Pass to Havlicek. Wide open. Perfect, right between the eyes on that one. Havlicek's got 9 points here in the second half.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Now here's Jordan. 4-3. The offensive rebound.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Pass to Havlicek. Launches a three. Rebound by the Bulls. Rodman's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Rose. Rebounded by the Celtics. Here's Kuzi. Here's Havlicek. 1:25 left to play in the fourth. And the shot's good. Havlicek's gotten 4 this quarter.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Here's Havlicek. Pass to Bird. Takes a 13-footer. The putback.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. Jordan with it. Shot is up. Another shot. Here's Gilmore. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Boston ball.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
And BA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
Over to the left wing, Havlicek. The three-pointer off the mark.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul.
And they go to the intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Boston, Bob Cousy. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He doesn't waste a chance to pad their lead. It's been some solid free throw shooting.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. There's 21 seconds left in the game. All right, guys, what's your take?
They need to answer fast.
Not only do they need a bucket, they need a 3 just to give them any chance at all.
Pippen, pass to Rodman.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
At the line for Chicago, Michael Jordan. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings him within 5. And both free throws good for Jordan. Here's Havlicek. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Michael Jordan. First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Boston, John Havlicek. At the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth.
Please welcome to the court, your Chicago Bulls.
Sixteen seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul. Shooting for Boston, Bob Cousy. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's an 8-point ball game. 12 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Kukoc. And again, Chicago, no good. So we see the Celtics get the win here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports coverage of the NBA. We'll see you later.